Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As night falls, the lowlands along the Jamuna River in Bangladesh are swallowed by an impenetrable darkness. The thatched huts, the lush green rice fields that seemed so peaceful, suddenly turn into the stage of an unforeseen nightmare. The people here, long accustomed to the murmuring flow of water, to the harsh monsoon floods, could never imagine that the very river which had nourished them for generations would one day rise in fury, transforming into a colossal beast devouring everything in its path. The first sound was not the call of night birds, nor the whistle of wind through bamboo leaves. It was a deep, heavy rumble, echoing from beneath the earth, as if the planet itself was twisting in pain. Then suddenly the riverbank split open. Chunks of land the size of houses broke free and slid into the swirling, muddy waters. The roar of the river blended with screams, the cries of children, the crashing of falling furniture. Entire stretches of shoreline, hundreds of meters long, vanished in minutes. Villagers stood frozen, eyes wide, unable to believe that their home had just been erased before their very eyes. It looked like a horror film, yet it was a brutal reality. Utility poles leaned, then toppled into the churning current. Village paths disappeared. Gardens, cattle sheds, buffalo pens, all swallowed without a trace. In the blink of an eye, a land bound by centuries of life became nothingness. The elderly clung to their children's hands, trembling, while strong men wept like children as their life's labor was annihilated by nature's wrath. Jamuna was no longer a river. It was a monster. It roared in waves, spewing white foam, tossing aside every obstacle. Some compared it to a ravenous dragon devouring everything on its path. The whirlpools spun relentlessly, carrying away planks of wood, metal sheets, clothes, even ancestral altars that families were too panicked to save. A young mother clutching her baby screamed in despair, "My home, everything is gone." Her voice broke, blending into the wind and water, chilling everyone who heard it. No one knew when the river had begun eating the land. By the time people awoke, entire strips of villages had vanished. Helplessness spread like a plague. Where could they run? Before them, raging waters. Behind them, flooded fields. Death waited on both sides. Some risked carrying what they could, but the ground beneath their feet quivered, cracking open. Many stumbled, sliding perilously close to the abyss of water. Those watching from a distance shared the same chilling realization. Jamuna was not only destroying land, it was erasing memories, pasts, and futures of an entire community. No more village paths where children once played, no more rooftops echoing lullabies. All vanished, as if they had never existed. Terror seeped into every glance, every breath. Raw footage from the scene, captured by trembling hands of reporters, shook not only Bangladesh, but also viewers as far away as Vietnam. This was not a distant tragedy. It was a living reminder that nature can devour anyone, anywhere, at any time. Jamuna today, but tomorrow, could it be another river in the Mekong Delta, where erosion gnaws daily at the soil? The river's roar was like a death bell tolling in every heart. A nightmare had begun, and once it began, no one knew when it would end. At dawn, the devastation revealed itself like a painting of the apocalypse. Houses once nestled by the Jamuna stood replaced by gaping voids, deep cracks, jagged wounds in the earth. Places that once echoed with children's laughter, with the warmth of cooking fires, now lay as foul-smelling mud and shattered debris. Villagers stood in silence on the broken banks, eyes red, no words spoken. An old man, leaning on his cane, stared at the void where his three-generation home once stood, and broke into sobs. His tears mourned not just the wooden house now lost, but the memories of an entire life. 30 years of building, gone in 5 minutes. His trembling words cut deep into the hearts of all who heard. A young woman clutching her newborn recalled the moment of horror. "I was cooking when I heard the rumble. I ran out and saw the backyard fall into the river. I only managed to grab my baby. Everything else, gone." The infant cried, unaware that its home had just disappeared. The pain was not only the loss of shelter, but the loss of safety, of belonging, of a place to call home. Children wandered barefoot through the mud, eyes confused. They asked, "Mom, where's our house? I want to go back to my room." but their parents answered only with suffocating silence. The real answer was too cruel. Their home no longer existed. The memories of family nights together, of lullabies, of an old bed, all drowned in Jamuna's depths. The greatest terror was not the present destruction, but the immeasurable loss. Family photos, old notebooks, heirlooms, all swept away by the brown current. These were not mere possessions, but soul, history, memory. Survivors sat on the soaked ground, picking through broken wood and shattered bowls, as if trying to salvage fragments of their lives. Yet the more they searched, the clearer it became. All was gone, nothing left but ashes in memory. Some cried until they collapsed. Others sat motionless, eyes vacant, as though the river had stolen their very souls along with their homes. They did not know where they would live tomorrow, what they would eat, what they could still call homeland. This loss defied words. It could only be felt as a freezing chill down one's spine when standing face to face with such ruin. When the footage aired, millions were stunned into silence. Tears ran down viewers' faces. In Vietnam, many shuddered. The images were all too familiar. The Mekong Delta too faces daily erosion, collapse, uncertainty. Some whispered, "My God, today it's Bangladesh. Tomorrow could it be our own delta?" The haunting went beyond images. It echoed in sound, the rumble of collapsing earth, the snap of breaking wood, the shrieks, the desperate cries. These sounds lodged in the minds of viewers, becoming nightmares that lingered. Across Bangladesh, riverside dwellers lay awake at night, fearing they would wake to find their homes gone. This pain was not just about losing shelter. It was the loss of the past, the loss of memory, the loss of roots. No one values a home fully until it is swallowed by the river. Then one finally understands, a house is not just four walls, it is a life. And when a life is wiped away in an instant, the nightmare never ends.